Alright, so now we've got steep spiraling descents. One of the toughest, seems it'll be really easy, but it's essentially a steep turn around a point. Very, very steep turn around a point. Maximum bank angle 60 degrees. But the idea with this thing is you lost your engine somewhere out in the boondocks, and we managed to glide our way to the airport. Now we're high. We don't want to go fluffling around out and losing lots of altitude and not being able to make it back. So we just pick our point on the ground and we do a steep spiraling descent around it.
Okay.
So I'm looking for 60 degrees of bank. You see this roundabout here?
Yep.
I'm going to use that puppy.
Cool.
And we want to enter the maneuver on the
first
downwind.
one or the second one?
We'll take that
outer one.
Yeah,
okay.
Just like the east of I-5. I want to enter on the downwind because it is a steep turn, and it is based off of arc principle, which is the fastest ground speed, has the steepest bank. And then the configuration is we're going to throw gear down, so below 150, gears coming down, and just as I get to my beam point, lost 100 feet of altitude, that's kind of poor, let's get that back, let's go. Just as I get beam my point, I bring the power all the way to idle, I trim the blazes out of this thing, aft, so that I can get my airspeed under control, because it's really easy to lose airspeed on this, and plummet at the ground. And it seems like, when you define this maneuver, it seems like it's really easy, but it's actually a real challenge. So I'm assuming the winds are coming from the west, so I'm going to enter the maneuver on a heading of roughly east. That means we've got a tailwind, which should define the steepest bank. So you can see 60 degrees is actually you putting that notch right under that heading indicator pole there. Let's get this altitude back, Rob. Come on, I know we're at altitude, but let's go. And the idea is that we get 3 full rotations and then ultimately come out at least 1,000 feet AGL, so we'd set up for a normal power off 180. So that's the idea behind this thing. So
normal power off 180.
Which we haven't done yet.
Okay.
Power off 180 is when your engine quits. We've managed to glide our way to the airport. Now we're spiraling our way over the airport, and then we'll ultimately have to come down and do a precision landing.
Okay.
And if you think you're getting that reference too close, you're not close enough, as I'll demonstrate here. So from the right seat, I shouldn't be able to see it. From the left seat, it should tuck right into the nape of the wing root and fuselage. I think I'm roughly on course right now.
Yeah.
Gears down.
Do you do the B-gums?
Nope. The other thing we're going to do is enriching the mixture because we're descending.
Okay.
So that's about it. Everything else stays normal until we get onto the downwind. So it should still be in sight. We're on the let me know when we're abeam it. I can't quite see it from here.
Alright, we're abeam.
Okay, so power comes out. Trim. Bank in. And if we're too far away, see we're a little too far away from that. So I'm going to, 60 degrees is my maximum bank.
Oh, so you don't have to go to 60?
Nope, it's based upon the winds. The idea is that we spiral our way over the top of that thing. I'm just going to go ahead and crank in. I'm going to show you what it feels like to get this thing really going here. 105, there's 60 degrees of bank. We'll just pick something below us to spiral around. See, we're screaming at the sky at 60 degrees. And then each rotation, when you get to a 360, add a little bit of power, bring yourself back around on whatever reference you're choosing, and then power comes out, that cleans the engine. I'm not quite on my reference, as you can see, so I'll take out a little bit of bank, looking around us for traffic, because we're descending very, very quickly. Feel that buffet, that's the accelerated stall.
Oh really?
Yep, just right there on the ragged edge of a stall. That's why we've got to keep that airspeed alive, but we don't want it to scream away from us. There's 360 number 2. Woo! Add some power in there. And then back out. A little more coordination would probably be nicer, Rob. There we go. Coming around for number 3. Pretty wicked, huh?
Yeah.
Coming around.
Wow.
Looking around us. Airspeed's under control. It's really tough to get your airspeed under control. There's number 3, and let's say we're going to come around here, and this is going to be our downwind at this point, and that we're going to pick a field to land in right down there. We'd go ahead and we'd make a power off 180 at this point, so the gear's down. Best glide gear down is 90.
So we're not trying to choose that to land at?
No, that's just what we're spiraling around to get our pattern to happen.
Oh.
For final runway 24 Toledo.
But you see that there's a nice looking field there. I don't want to freak all the cars out, but I'm going to make an approach to this. Okay, so we are high. And I'm going to land on that field diagonally, so I've got the most amount of runway available. A square is the longest at its diagonal. We come back off. We're essentially setting up. We're almost on a dogleg to final right now for that field right there. On airspeed, we're looking good. We've got plenty of altitude. And we would have made them both go home. Okay, go around, power in, first notch, identified coming up, flaps. Looking for a positive rate. Flaps. No remaining runway, toe brake gears coming up. And last notch identified coming up. Steep spiraling descent.
So, were we supposed to be 1,000 above?
1,000 above, you want to get, for the maneuver, for the demonstration of the maneuver, you want to be able to get 3 full turns in and be at least 1,000 feet AGL.
Oh, or higher.
Or higher.
Okay.
But you want to, it depends on the day. If it's a really dense day, there's going to be a lot more of Mother Nature pushing back on you, but there's also going to be a lot more effective airflow over the wing. So it just depends on the day.
So the roundabout was just what we used to turn.
Yeah, so if we really did find our way to an airport, what you'd use is the end of the runway. That would be the roundabout equivalent.
Okay.
You'd use the very end of the runway, and then you'd come around and then set up for a power off 180 to land.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
In the real world, that's what you got. If we lost our engine here, we'd want to get to the field, especially in this aeroplane,
right.
And then whatever excess altitude we've got, we want to lose it right over the field, so we've got options always. If you start fluffling off in the weeds in this aeroplane, all of a sudden it'll start to sink and you've got nothing left.
I see.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So, pitch, we're climbing. We're going to pick up an easterly heading here. Pitch, power. We'll level off at 2,500 feet. Actually, do you want to give that one a shot?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and drop in. Let's go ahead and climb.
I could do some chandelles to climb if we want.
Let's do it. See, it's jacked up our attitude.
What we got over there?
We've got Portland again if you want to do a right and then a left.
Sure. Okay. All right.
I've got you all jacked up on the config, so.
All right, so 25. Okay. Gonna roll into a 30-degree bank.
Bank and yank power. No more than 15. So you're about 25 degrees nose up. Smoothly add that back pressure. Don't be in a rush to get it. Right rudder. There's your 90 point. Start gently easing that bank out. Gently as you keep that pitch up. Yes. Take a look at your reference. This is an outside, so gauge how quickly you're rolling out on your reference. Hold it for 5 seconds and then relax. Let it pick up. And then into one to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure your prop is at least 2,500 RPM. Setup. Nice.
Okay. All right. Try the again.
The only other thing you've missed here is your gear auto extension lockout.
Oh.
Surprised it didn't flop out on us.
Okay. 25. Okay, here we go.
Smoothly, progressively pitching those up. Lovely. More right rudder. There you go. Keep pulling the nose. There's your 90. Now, at the 90, keep pulling the nose because the tail's going to be less effective, and gently ease that bank out. Pull the nose, pull, pull, pull.
Oh, gotcha.
As you get slower, the tail's less effective. Now, take a look at your reference and judge your rollout speed. Not too shabby. Very nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And let's do 2 more so we can get at least 5,500.
Okay. 5. Okay, here we go.
Okay, Portland's off your right wing. Reference is set. Bank and yank. And keep your eyes out so you always know where your 90 point is. That's the first reference. There's your 90. So the 90, maximum pitch up, working out the bank. Take a look outside, judge your rollout. You want to gently work that bank out so that your reference is off the opposing wing. How are we looking?
Not bad, not great.
Your initial rollout tended to be a little fast.
Yeah. And do you ever trim?
You can trim if you want, but you just got to take it out at the 180. I tend not to trim, just so I can allow it to accelerate without excessive
gotcha.
forces.
1. I'm looking for 70, right?
You're looking for
2,
within 10 miles
3,
per hour of stall speed,
4,
book stall speed.
5.
Lovely. And one last one to the left should put us in perfect position for a steep spiraling descent.
Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
To the left?
Yep. Its references off the left wing.
Yep. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, smoothly, very nice. And just hold that pitch up, don't let it sag on you, which is going to happen when the tail starts to lose effectiveness, which is what happens with a decrease in airspeed. We're getting an air